Hello out there, welcome to this tutorial on Introduction to Roman numerals. 7 letters of the English alphabet are used to represent numbers in Roman numerals. These letters are I, V, X, L, C, D, and M. They are written in capital letters and combined in a specific way to form other numbers. We have these numbers and what they represent in Hindu Arabic numerals. So the Roman numerals I represent 1, V represents 5, X is 10, L is 50, C is 100, D is 500, and M is 1000. So we now go ahead to look at rules for writing Roman numerals. The three rules for writing Roman numerals are rule of repetition, 2, rule of addition, 3, rule of subtraction. When a letter is repeated twice, the value is doubled, and when it is repeated thrice, the value is tripled. That is, the value is double, mean we multiply the value by 2, and for thrice we multiply by 3. A letter can only be repeated twice or thrice. We have examples here, the Roman numerals and Hindu Arabic numerals. I is 1. Since it is repeated twice, we are going to have it as 2, which means it is 1 times 2. And for XXX, X is 10. So since it is tripled, we are going to multiply by 3. That is going to give us 30, which means 10 times 3. And for CC, C is 100. So 100 times 2 gives 200, which means 100 has been multiplied by 2 to get CC to be 200. And lastly, we have MMM. M is 1000. Since it is repeated thrice, it is 3000, which means 1000 times 3. Be informed that only I, X, C, and M can be repeated. V, L, and D cannot be repeated. We can't have VV, which is 5 plus 5 to give us 10. No. Or LL, which is 50 plus 50 to give us 100, as well as D. So we go for rule of addition. When a letter of a small value is placed to the right of a letter of large value, the values of the letters are added together. So we have examples here. We have XI. X is the larger value and I is the smaller value. The small value is placed at the right of the large value. So what we do, we say X is 10, then plus 1, which is I, giving XI to be 11. Also LXX, L is the larger value where X is the small value, and this is doubled here. So we are going to have it as L being 50 plus 20. Since this is XX, 10 times 2 gives 20, and 50 plus 20 gives 70. We have MCCC. M is 1000, and C 100. So what we do is we have 1000 plus 300. Since C is 100 and it is repeated thrice, it is going to be 100 times 3 to give us 300, giving MCCC to be 1300. And that's all for the examples on rule of addition. We then go for rule of subtraction. When a letter of small value is placed to the left of a letter of large value, we subtract the small value from the large value. So we take some examples. We have ix. I is 1 and x is 10. Since I is placed at the left side of x, which is the larger value, what we do is we say 10 minus 1, and ix is given as 9. Also, we have xl. X is 10 and L is 50. Since X is placed before L, so we are going to have it as 50 minus 10, making XL to be equal to 40. And then we have a CD. C is 100 and D is 500. This means we are going to have 500 minus 100, giving CD to be 400. Then we have CM. C is 100 and M is 1000. It means we are going to have 1000 minus 100, thereby giving CM to be 900. So this is the highest we can give for examples for rule of subtraction. Then be informed that only I, X, and C are used for subtraction. I, X, and C are used for subtraction. Meanwhile, V, L, and D cannot be used for subtraction. You cannot have VM, VM, no, or LM. So we can't have those things. So that's it for rule of subtraction. Then the next thing is, why do we need to learn Roman numerals? One, Roman numerals are used in some clocks and wristwatches. So in order to get familiar with clocks with Roman numerals, wristwatches, let's need for us to learn Roman numerals. Two, they are used for ordered list of items. We can have some list of items instead of numbering them with 1, 2, 3, 4 in Hindu Arabic numerals. We can also use the Roman numerals, and in such case it is either small letters or capital letters. So number three, they are used in numbering some pages of books, especially the preliminary pages. So if you are familiar with some of the textbooks or some project work or thesis, the preliminary pages are numbered with Roman numerals. Four, they are used to separate act into sections in a play, where you be having scene 1, act 3, scene 3, act 5, and so on. 5, they are used in family names. Royal families also use Roman numerals. It is there you'll be hearing John Paul 3, Sam Dodo 5. So for royal family names, we are aware of Queen Elizabeth II of England and then King Charles III of England. And so many of those names, either family names or names of the monarchs. And also in chemistry, they are used to name compound. You've heard of carbon 2 oxide, carbon 4 oxide, tetraoxosulfate 6 oxide, and so on. So that's all for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and share this video. Also check the description section of this video on our YouTube channel to get the link to the playlist containing more videos on Roman numerals. Until we come your way again, goodbye.